Today, I'd like to take a look back at the year on Wildlife Wednesday. A review of the year, if you like. Well, as hard as it is to believe, for me at least, this is actually the last Wildlife Wednesday of 2020. And before I look back over the year and talk about the series, I'd first like to thank every single person who watched throughout the year. From those who dropped by for just a few minutes to check it out, to those who have watched every minute of every video, and to everyone who made a comment anywhere along the way. I'd also like to thank anyone who gave me a like or even a dislike. Thank you. I really mean that, because without viewers there'd be no point in producing videos. So here I am on the last Wednesday of 2020 saying once more, thank you. 2020. Wow, what a strange year. A year none of us could have ever imagined until it happened. When it began, we were all looking forward, as we do at the beginning of most years, with so much hope, to a bright new future. A bright new future that soon turned into an unknown world of uncertainty, which many would call the new normal. An expression which I personally thought to be rather stupid, but what I or anybody else thought of this expression, it came into the public domain, so we just accepted it. But what it represented, this so-called new normal, was lockdowns and government controls and restrictions on our lives that we'd never experienced before. So what's normal about that? Okay, it was all for our own good, admittedly, but it was hard to live with just the same. There were a couple of times during the year when the restrictions were toughest, that we were only allowed to travel within a 2-kilometre radius of our homes. Now that was tough. 2 kilometres or 1.25 miles doesn't give you a lot of scope to get to places you would normally take walking or driving to for granted. I mean, my morning exercise walk is a lot longer than that. Having said that, there is one wildlife area that's accessible to me, regardless of what restrictions are in place, and that's the banks of the River Dodder. As the crow flies, the Dodder is just a little over half-mile from my front door. So although I don't live as close to the river as I did growing up on Dodder Road in Rathfarnham, it's always been close to me, and as important to me as it has always been. And it's just as important to the people of Tallaght, where I live now, as it is to the people of the other Dublin neighbourhoods it flows through. As I've said before, the Dodder really is a city river, a true dub. So looking back on the year as a whole, and at Wildlife Wednesday in particular, I'm quite happy with how it's developed so far. With all of the restrictions placed on us during the year due to COVID-19, it was probably a good year to start, because it meant I never had time to mope around or worry about the situation. And I think I've produced reasonably decent content along the way. Yes, I know there were some issues with both audio and video at the beginning, but I think I've fixed most of the problems, and hopefully I can improve things even more as time goes on. So, for the final slideshow of the year, I'm going to take you on a short trip along the Dodder, from Glenasmole to Dodder Road, which I hope you'll enjoy. Well, thanks again for watching Wildlife Wednesday, folks. I hope you enjoyed this week's episode, and if you did, I'd be grateful if you'd give it a like and subscribe to my channel. And when you do, don't forget to ring the bell so you're notified every time I upload new content. Till next week, stay safe, stay healthy, wash your hands and wear a mask where necessary, while continuing to maintain social distancing. We're not out of the woods yet. Oh yes, and by the way, Happy New Year. Take care, folks. Bye.